Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we're gonna continue working on part 14 of this house build. Let's get started. So in the last video, we were able to finalize our model. What I'm just going to do is just to add. So I'm just gonna go to ground and I'm just gonna copy this CS and then just add another ground, and it will be grass. So I'm just going to add it right here on this side so that we could still put in some trees here so that we have some reflections once we're in Twinmotion. So I'm just adding it right here. For now, we could even put it at negative 400 or even actually negative 800 to lower it down. Actually, maybe 600 is good enough, or just 500, 700. Yes, I think this is perfect. At least we have the grass growing here, so that's good enough for me. And then after that, what we're gonna do today is we're going to basically create the sheet. I'm gonna show you how to create sheets, how to add all the floor plan and all those stuff. So now let's go to ground. Here in ground, we're going to create a camera view, so 3D view like this, and this will be our cover sheet. It will be our cover image, and in here what we could do is we could put it into fine and then realistic, and then here we could lower it down. This is called 3D view number 1. What we can do as well is to go to manage, and we can make this our starting view. So here I'm gonna select that. I'm gonna pick which one I want to be my starting view. So every time we open this project, this is the view that you're gonna see. So I'm gonna choose this one, and then after this, why not, let's go to view and then click on render. We're gonna create our rendering so that will be our cover image. Usually you have different kind of settings like draft, medium, custom, and best. Obviously the custom and the best are the ones that will take longer. So for now, let's just put it into draft and then click on render. And usually it takes around less than 10 seconds to create the rendering, and then we're gonna adjust the exposure and then save the project. So right now it's done. You can click this adjust exposure, and then here you can change the brightness, highlight, shadows, and all those kind of stuff. So it's up to you if you want to adjust it. So every time you adjust, you click apply, and then it will re-render itself. So press OK and then save the project. So once we save the project, it will create another folder here, which will become renderings, and this is the one that we're going to add on our cover sheet. So now that we have that, let's go to sheet and then right click and then click on new sheet, and we already have A0 metric here. We have different kinds of title block, so you need to load them. If ever you want, just choose this one and then you can load it. I already have A0 and this is the default, and I'm good with this, so I'm going to click on OK, and then it will create A101. So if you change this, it will recognize the sequencing, so it will have a 102 and then vice versa. So now we just need to create 5 sheets for now. If you want, you could add more, but for now I have 5 sheets, and you can change the naming here into the title. So here I could put ACD, and then here we could put house, and then the name of the sheet will be cover sheet, and then it's up to you if you want to put all this stuff, and it will automatically have everything on the other sheet. So you can also change the cover name or the sheet name by clicking twice here, and here this one will be first floor, and then you could put second floor right here. This is a lot faster for me rather than double clicking and then going right here, but either way it will work. So elevation for this one, and then here elevation as well. So now that we have there, let's go back to cover sheet and let's drag in the rendering. So here the difference between a rendering and a 3D view is a lot. Here what I'm gonna do is no title. You can double click this, and the difference is once you expand the image, it will expand the whole image itself. If you put in the 3D view, it will only expand, so it will only expand the view, so it's not making the image bigger. So that's basically the difference. That's why we need to do the rendering first before we add our cover sheet, so that we're ready to just drag and drop. And then here we need a drawing list. So let's go to our schedule, right click, and then new sheet list. Usually I add the sheet number, so add it here, add the parameter, and then sheet name, add the parameter. If for example you want to add drawing designed by, you can also add that, and then if you don't want, just remove the parameter and then press OK, and then it will create the sheet right here. Go back to cover sheet and then just drag and drop, and as you can see, it's not we can still make it nicer. So what I'm gonna do is right click on this, or you could just double click and you could go right here, go filter, and then you could go to appearance. I don't want the gap here, so I'm gonna uncheck this. I want my title to be large, and then header will be a little bit larger, and then just around 4 on this, and then press OK. It will do that, and then we need to drawing list, and then because we already put it, we could extend this one and we could move it and make it nicer. So anything that you do on your sheet, for example, if you delete this, it will automatically delete on the drawing list as well. So usually once you add this, you don't need to worry about anything anymore. It's all automatic. So now let's go to our first floor. If you notice, we need to select level 1 for our first floor. Let's add it first and see how small it is. So we need to change the scale. So I'm gonna undo this, go to level 1 itself, and do 1:50. And then we need to crop all the things that we don't need. So usually I check all of these parameters right here under extend, and then we will have this crop region or crop view. Now it's up to you to crop things that you don't need and things you want to show, but usually we just need to focus on this area right here. So now once we go back to our first floor and drag level 1, as you can see, we have everything that we need. And then here we have the name first floor, and we have level 1 here. What you can do is we could just set the first instead of level 1 to first floor, but not removing the naming here. You can do that by selecting this or the view, and then you can go to title on sheet, and then we could put first floor, select right here, and then click apply. And as you can see, we have our first floor change, but we don't change anything right here. So right now I'm going to press escape and then move this one a little bit lower, and then we need to the title line, I want it to be closer right here, so I'm gonna select the viewport and then adjust this one so that it looks nicer. You can also add, so now that this is good, you can uncheck this one so that it's not visible, because that line right there, even it's right here, it's basically like a depth point on AutoCAD, so it's not visible once you print it. But because we want like a border line to make it nice, what we can do is we could create, or we could add in a detail line under annotate, and then we could put in thin line, and then we could just add a border line right here, and then you could adjust, and then you can adjust here as well to make it nicer. Obviously you can have the gap proper, like you have a proper distancing. Usually we have that, or you your company will have those standards that you will have for those distance, but for this one I'm just going to eyeball it, and as you can see, it looks nice and professional like that. So now let's go to second floor, knowing that we need to change the scale, and then we need to crop it. Before we add it, let's do the cropping already. We could adjust this one. Even if you crop that, it will still appear for the grid bubble, so don't worry about that. And then you can adjust a little bit more. What I usually do is I like to grab the border line so that everything is consistent within my levels, so I don't need to redraw them, and then I already have them in the exact position as well, so that I don't need to create it again. And then here you just need to drag, put it in the center, press escape, select the title, and then adjust it right here, and then click the viewport again to adjust, or before we adjust we should change the name again. Second floor, select right here, click apply, and then we have to drag this line right here to adjust. And as you can see, everything looks good. You put all the keynotes and general notes right here, legends or whatever you need to add all the information as well. So you have enough space. Usually it's up to the standards of your company if you want to put all the notes on the left side or the right side. In my company, we put it on the right side. We put all our views on the left side. So that's the way we they wanted to create. So now we have elevation. Let's add one first and see how it goes. So as you can see, it's still small, so we need to adjust the scaling as well. So instead of 1:100, let's put it to 1:50. Adjust all the crop views similar to this one, and it's up to you if you want to add those. What I usually do is I put it in fine, I put graphic display option, and then put in a background of gradient. I like the shading there, and then you can click on shadow on so that you have those shadows right there. So now let's do the north as well. So let's just keep on doing all of those before we add our sheet. So we adjust the scale, adjust the view range or the viewport, and then crop region, change this one, the detail, and then graphic display. Let's add in the gradient background and then turn on the shadow. And just by simply like that, as you can see, it looks much better. Add this, fine, graphic display, gradient, and then select all of this, crop this one, and then we're good with that. And then lastly, we need to do this right here, change the scale first, fine, graphic display, background right there, and then the crop and annotation crop. And then let's not forget the shadow. So let's double check everything, make sure we have the shadows there, and then here. And then now just go to the first elevation, drag in elevation east and then north. I usually like to align them, and then go to south, or go to elevation and then go to south and drag and drop that, and do the same thing for the west. And there you go. We can add another one. Let's create a new sheet, and then we could put this one as section, and then what we can do is go to our level 1. So you can see we have our section right here. We could extend that if you want to, and then add another one, CS, cropping right here. Usually we put it on this side with the stairs. And then same thing, we will have a section right here. So it's up to you to extend, put it into the scale, click fine. You can put shadow only, and then annotation crop and those kind of stuff. And then let's do this as well, the last section. And then here we just need to turn on, increase this, expand this so everything is showing, and then select this one as well, and then go to section and then just drag and drop both of those, and you have your section already there. So now we just need to print everything. So click on print, select your printer, select here, and then put it back to combine, because this one is for just separate files. So most of the time we want it to be stitched together, not separately. And then here, uncheck views and then check all. You can save this, so save as for full set. And this is very important, because usually when you have a lot of drawings, you could create an addendum, ECN, all those changes, and you want to set those sheets so that you could just keep on printing, do your changes and keep on printing. You don't need to keep on selecting a lot of those sheets. So usually a big project will have like 100 sheets, 100 drawings, and you want it to be organized like this. If you need a full set, just save as a full set, or if you want just cover and then elevations, you can save as and then put it as a elevation and cover sheet, those kind of stuff. So you can pretty much preset everything that you want. So press OK and then press OK, and let's wait for it to print, and then let's see the result. So now I'm gonna double click on that and let's see how it looks. So this will be our cover sheet, and then we added a section so it appears right here. Like I said, it's already automatic. You don't need to keep on adding those. So here we have our second floor, our first floor, east elevation, north elevation, south and west, and then we also have our sections. So thank you for watching and hope you liked the video. Please hit like and subscribe. Feel free to comment down below.